Hi. Today I'd like to touch on a little bit about my spirituality. I'd like to basically tell you a little bit of where it all began, how it all started. And I would have to go back to, first of all, I went to Catholic school for 12 years. If anyone ever went to Catholic school in the 1960s, Catholic grade school, we studied Catechism. And Catechism, honestly, I think I could have been the Pope, because you learned everything about Catholicism, the Catholic religion. I remember being a little girl, and we were learning about the soul. And I always remember the nuns, we had nuns back then, the nuns would draw on the blackboard a soul, a big soul. And then you would commit venial sins, and she'd put all these dots, venial sins. Then you would commit mortal sins, and she would fill in the mortal sins. Now, what fifth grader had committed a mortal sin? I don't think I killed anyone recently, but anyway, then you would go to confession, and miraculously, all your sins would be forgiven, and all the grace would come flowing in. And then she would erase the blackboard. I, as a little girl, always remember this grace as being tons of jewels flowing into my soul. But anyway, I remember thinking something was strange about all of this. What sins had I really committed? I was a kid. I would go to confession. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned since my last confession, which was 2 weeks ago, because they made you go to confession, I think 1 week ago, every week. And I disobeyed my mother 3 times, I disobeyed my grandmother 2 times, I lied 5 times. I mean, you would make it up as you went along, and then, okay, and for all of this, I'm heartily sorry. And then he would give you like 3 active contritions, a Hail Mary and a Our Father, and you'd go and you'd say your prayers, and you were absolved, and once again, I don't know, ready to enter the kingdom of heaven. God knows. But I just remember that, and again, I don't want to, if you're a Catholic, which I honestly really can say that I really don't believe in organized religion, so I don't consider myself a Catholic anymore. But if you're Catholic and you believe this, then please go right along believing. Again, I'm just giving you my take on everything. I'm not saying it's wrong or it's right. What I do know is that I just thought to myself, something's off about this. Then they used to talk about a God-fearing God and a mean God, and this God was going to do this if you didn't listen, and God turned people to stone, and God did this, and there were miracles and not miracles, and bad things, and plagues, and locusts, and I just kept thinking, I started to have my own relationship with God, and God was my best friend. God was my go-to person, my person that I could say whatever I wanted and tell all my feelings to, and my deepest, darkest secrets, and didn't judge me and loved me no matter what. And I just kept thinking, well, that's not my God, the God they're describing. That's not the relationship that I am developing. That is not the God that I, am having my one-on-ones with. There's no fear. There's no judgment. There's none of this. So anyway, that's where my relationship with God and my thoughts that make me who I am today, and my feelings, and why I call myself a spiritualist or a Gnostic. Gnostic, again, not agnostic. Gnostic means to know. That's where all of that comes from. And I just wanted to touch just a little bit on that today, briefly, to let you know where I came from. It was a little bit humorous, and we'll delve more into the spirituality of it and my real relationship with God in the future. Okay, so life is made up of small comings and goings, and for everything we take with us, there is something that we leave behind. Until the next time.